looks like it was a front order drop-off for Holiday Inn. All right. So we'll be at Holiday Inn very soon. Looks like the fair is going on still. It's been going on for at least a week now or more.
Did you get some pizza from Papa John's?
Who is the name?
Okay. All right, that's for Debbie.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty much a wrap. Got that Papa John's pizza taken care of. Dropped it right at the door. And Linda wants a couple of cool ones for $3.79. land on the beach eventually. Maybe not. Looks like someone got trapped in Zone 7. Zone 7. They're blinking out on hazards in Zone 7. Probably by Zone 37. Yep, Zone 7. I'll clean up on Zone 7. Looks like I found the good gas. The real good gas. Pulled in my normal lucky number 7. Huh. Looks like we got one that just took off. Flying high in the air. It's flying like a bird. Like a mechanical bird in the sky. Looks like we got the spin around. Yes, sir. The spin around. These are all the rideshare guys. So he's pulling out real rude like, hey, stop, I'm first, I'm selfish. That's okay, they risk their lives every day. Yeah, these guys big time risk their life. Rideshare is a very different kind of thing. Did it for a couple of years myself. And they're off. Doing a little spin around. There they are, a bunch of rideshare guys, mostly from the Middle East, probably. Now we're headed this way. And focus. And we're good to go. Whoa. My rideshare right there. Yep, there they are. They come out at night. Bunch of them. Those are all vultures. They're like bats. Pretty crazy, huh? I would tell you where we're going, but some car plowed into the sign over there. Looks like they cleared it though. Bump. Looks like we got an airplane going ahead. Bump.
So you want to basically make sure that none of the date seeds float. You throw those away. You want to make sure that they soak for 48 hours. And the next process, you'll use a paper towel. You'll wrap them in a paper towel. You can do 2 by 2 for each slice of paper towel, or each, page of paper towel? Each section of paper towel. And then you want to put that paper towel in a dark place for up to 2 weeks. Then you're going to see a white string grow out of the dates. That means it's germinated and it's ready for the next step. You get potted soil, you put it in a pot with soil, and then you put water in the soil. That'll take up to 4 weeks. Then you're going to have a long green leaf that will grow out of the potted, or out of the pot. The pot that holds the pot soil. And once you plant that, you can transplant that potted soil, or the pot of the soil with the date seeds in it. You put the date seeds about 1 inch into the soil. You can transplant it. You want to put it about, 7 inches into the ground, 3 inches to 7 inches into the ground. And then you want to put it in a place where it's very sunny. It takes 4 to 8 years to grow a palm tree. Once you get to the next process with a paper towel is you put it in a Ziploc baggie. You seal the Ziploc baggie when you keep the date seeds inside of the paper towel. You dampen the paper towel and you put it in there about 2 weeks. Keep it in a dark place. Then it'll start to germinate. So once the date seeds go into the paper towel, you dampen the paper towel, you put them inside of the Ziploc bag, and you seal the Ziploc bag. You put it in a dark place for up to 4 to 8 weeks into a dark place. You want to keep it into a place that's 70 to 75 Fahrenheit in temperature. A dark place for 4 to 8 weeks inside of this. So 4 to 8 weeks inside of this for it to germinate. It must be sealed. A dark place for 4 to 8 weeks. And then it'll grow a stem. It'll grow a little white germinate thing that will come out of the actual seed. So every 2 weeks, you'll take the seeds out of the paper towel and out of the Ziploc bag. You'll replace them in new paper towel and dampen them with water every 2 weeks. Watch out for mold and keep them inside this. So you take them out every 2 weeks and check, and then replace them with paper towel and dampen with water. So when you plant the seeds, you plant half the seed out and half the seed in. So half the seed will be out of the potted soil and half the seed will be in the potted soil. Find a pot with holes at the bottom so you can pour water in there and it'll drain. Okay, it takes about 8 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks for it in the potted soil. You'll see half of the seed out of the soil and half of the seed in the soil. So on the pot that you put the potted soil in, it's 3/5 soil. So 3/5 of the soil will be in the pot when you fill it with the compost. You may use peat moss when you're putting it into the potted soil, or when you're putting it into the pot with the soil. You want it a little over half of the soil to be in the pot. You can use peat moss, same thing you would use for cactus. Perlite will work as well. There's other things you can look up. Okay, we're gonna go over the English. Perlite as well. You can go and look up other things as well that will work well with the date. Okay, so this is the medjool date. Okay, so perlite and peat moss works well. Vermiculite, peat moss works as well. Vermiculite and the peat moss. Perlite as well. Watch the soil's moisture and drainage. Vermiculite. Only use 1 sprouted seed per pot. Be sure to pack the soil. You want to pack the soil. Keep the pot and the potted soil moist, so you want to water it. Use judgment on how much to water. Keep the pot in a sunny area, so outside or somewhere near a window or sunny area. The date, or the medjool date, will grow best in sunlight. It's best to go about 1 inch deep into the soil. You place your finger in the soil. If you can feel moisture, then it's in the right. It's in the right. If you stick the finger in the soil and you feel moisture, then that is going to be what's right in growing them. Depending on the climate, you want to water the potted soil once a week, depending on the climate. A palm date can grow up to 15 meters. It's very common. So when you transplant it from the potted soil or from the pot into the ground, you want to transplant the medjool date in a place where it can grow larger or as much as 15 meters. Once you take it from here or from here, you'll use a smaller pot for the soil. You may have to transplant that after 3 or 4 weeks into a larger pot. Slightly larger, probably. After 4 to 6 weeks, maybe even a larger pot, maybe. Probably after about 1.5 months, you'll transplant it into the larger pot. Then after about 3, maybe 2 months to 3 months, you'll transplant it into a garden outside. Once that's transplanted, it can take up to 4 to 8 years before the palm tree reaches its 15 meters.
Okay, so we've released the water from the dates and we're gonna refill it. This is the 2nd day of soaking. I'm using cool water. Dump some of it out, so I only need a little bit for rinsing. Our next step, we'll have paper towels and we'll put them in these little paper towel pods. So this is, okay, fresh medjool dates. And it's the 2nd day. Yeah, most of these are gonna be manufactured in an outside country. Sure. That virus kill you real quick.